Hello and welcome, disc golf fans, to the front nine coverage of round one of the 2021 Ledgestone Insurance Open, presented by Discraft, the world leader in disc sports. I'm Brian Earhart, joined here by my co-host Nate Perkins. Nate, it feels like the second World Championships every single year.
Here at Eureka, you mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Eureka Lake. We've been coming to this course since 2015, and it honestly hasn't changed in 4 years. It's been the same course. All of these players are really familiar with it. I always like to call this event the Major of the Midwest.
Yes, absolutely, and the environment out here is electric. There's a huge AM-side event. There's like 7 or 8 courses that are being utilized, maybe even more.
1,750 players in the A-tier event, along with 200 competitors in the Pro Tour event.
And let's jump into it. Hole number one of my favorite opening shots in disc golf. Not necessarily the toughest par 4 to start out with, but it's just a beautiful water carry. It's spectator friendly. It makes you throw a flex shot. And we have Matt Orum, Eagle McMahon, Thomas Earhart, and Andrew Presnell. This is going to be a treat of a round to watch. And that is picture perfect. High flex shot. That's going to get back to the left. There's OB gravel long. You really have to flip one over to get to that OB.
Yeah, this isn't the toughest hole, but because it is hole 1, and because there is a 330-foot water carry, can kind of get in your head a little bit, and you'll see players kind of take an overstable disc and really force it over so that they don't throw anything nose up and hyzer into the water.
And Eagle has thrown that a little high, but I believe it has the distance to get over the ridge of that hill. No problem. And this is my younger brother, Tom Earhart. For a while, him and Gavin shared the title of #1 player in Illinois. Tom has one of the nastiest spin putts I have potentially ever seen. This is a force.
Oh, he's got that thumb way out on the rim.
Yeah.
Kind of just pinching the rim.
Trying to push the nose down. That is a bit long. And Tom's pushed long out of bounds right by hole 5's tee pad. He has gotten enough distance, though, where he's going to be able to get up and down. And here's Andrew Presnell with a force as well. Oh, you feel a bit of wind out there. You see his force is checking up a lot earlier than Tom's. And this is a Hellfire from Tom. This is a DGA Hellfire overstable, very similar to a Machete.
What a shot. Parks it on top of the hill. Matty O. He's become a fan favorite this year, Brian.
I feel like it was just waiting to happen. He has such a phenomenal swagger about him, alongside of every one-liner in the book, it seems like.
And just his unique throw, the way that he projects the disc.
You know, I was just saying yesterday that, Disc Golf Pro Tour has been really raving about him on Instagram, especially as just a sport personality. And the thing I actually really like about Matt is, over time, if you watch footage from him from older tournaments, his swing has actually become more old school than it used to be. It used to be more linear like today's modern players, and now he's scooping it up over his shoulder even more. Very interesting. And there's a birdie putt from Eagle McMahon.
Yeah, they just posted a video. Matty O was playing on the lead card at the 2005 World Championships.
Yep.
16 years ago, he was playing at the top level.
And he looks the exact same. And after pitching the soft zone up, there's a focus in the basket for Presnell. Easy birdie.
And Gatekeeper Media actually got the go-ahead to paint the baskets purple this year. So, just kidding. But we do have some fresh powder-coated Chain Star Pros, and I dig them.
Some of my favorite baskets to putt on. Very fair catching, too. I mean, some putts that try to sneak in too outside don't get caught, and I actually kind of like that. But they're always consistent in the center. Tom tapping in his par, moving into number 2.
All right, you've got OB all along the right side. This pine tree here in the middle just keeps getting lower every year. You want to test that OB right, but you can't go too straight or you'll find that pond long. The drive is very tricky, and then the approach gets even trickier. You have OB right, and it kind of slopes from right to left down toward that pond. This is a tough birdie.
You see so many different types of tee shots here as well. Here's a flick.
Checks up just before.
Not necessarily in position for the birdie, but he will be able to at least save a 4 from there. Here's Eagle probably trying to bite the corner.
Yeah, if you're throwing a forehand, you really have to decide if you want to test that OB right and try and flip something up, or if you want to test that ceiling underneath that hanging pine.
That is solid. He's going to have a lot of room off to the left side. He might even be able to get to throw a flick again. Presnell's just going buzz here. He's just going to go straight backhand. Very simple play style. His game plan is usually safety oriented. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
And he really could go buzz and get the birdie on this one. That's got a swing right for Tom. Right into that bush on the right side, or left side. He's going zone.
That's a good second right there. This is a really tough spot. Doesn't really have a line at the pin.
Just outside circle 2. That'll be more than likely a layup with that putt fading towards the water.
Check up. And that's what makes this approach so difficult, is that little slope right down toward the water.
And you kind of want what Eagle has right now, the ability to swing that flick with a slower disc out to the left side. And
No way.
oh,
No way. Okay. He didn't get the out of bounds.
there is some cabbage right there. That's a close call.
And that was the mutant that Eagle threw on that approach.
Matt looks like he got caught up in those reeds as well. I can't imagine Tom runs this, but he is one of the more aggressive putters I've ever played with. Oh, he was trying. He definitely was trying for that one.
He almost dropped it in. The disc length left.
The amount of times I've been big putted by that man. Great putt there from Presnell, saving his par.
Yeah, there's only a few 1,000-rated brothers out there, Brian.
Yeah, there's a handful. There's definitely a handful. I'm waiting on that film doubles match. We are coming for you, whoever you are.
Sexton Bros.
The Sexton Bros, the Robinson Bros.
Robinson Bros.
Yep.
Robinson Bros are probably the highest rated.
I believe
Who else we got out there?
They're from Idaho.
Oh, the Blanchard?
The Blanchards are also
Oh.
both over 1,000 rated, and Dallin is 1030 rated. It would be a heated battle, that's for sure.
Keeps that putter up high.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was a time in high school, Tom. Hole number 3. Really menacing hole. OB path all down the left side. Tight tunnel leading up to the basket. Only 260, but if you hit one of these trees spinning clockwise, you are shooting straight towards the out of bounds, and a 3 can turn into a 4 or 5 real quick. You see a lot of players trying to not take the straight tunnel and try to cheat the hole some way to give themselves a safer look at par. Like Eagle is even lining up a forehand here. He's trying to figure something out.
Yeah, this is his tactic. I think that he's doing a little flex up the middle. There's a play where you swing it out over the sidewalk, but that's one of the riskier plays, testing the trees coming back in. Yeah, he's going up the middle flex.
Exactly what I was... I've seen that happen so many times. Luckily, he's pin high and putting for a 3 from about 20, but I've seen some really good drives get kicked out here. And he's done it. Park job. Yeah, always feels good to put this one close. Same buzz from Presnell. Another great shot from Presnell. That buzz has such a nice little late flip to it. And Tom might be going outside with that Hellfire. Or, where is he going? Wow. Inside flex with the Hellfire.
Oh, what a line.
Very unique. But I guess kind of putting it at a vertical angle through the tunnel gives it a little bit, slimmer of a profile.
That was a stable disc.
And there's his first birdie. He's on the board. I was mentioning as these players are tapping out these shorter putts. In high school, Tom hurt his shoulder sliding into second base in baseball, and he was in a sling for quite some time. And he was playing disc golf tournaments and practicing putting every single day in that sling. And the effect that it had on his form has never left. He actually has very solid balance and very good control over that putt because of those, those times in the backyard putting with a sling on.
Wow. It's cool. Cool story.
The kid put a lot of work in when he was younger, that's for sure. He put hours upon hours into that spin putt.
All right, hole 4 is one of the original holes out here on the property. Dana Beachy designed hole. Very challenging. You cannot see the basket at all. You have a sidewalk on the right that lines the entire hole, and it is out of bounds. This calls for a very specific shape for the right hand backhand. You need something that's kind of flipping up to flat and just barely drifting right.
And look at this little hyzer flip from Matt. And he's going to be circle's edge in the woods with a tough putt.
That's a fast green.
That is an extremely fast green. You're hitting metal and you're automatically rolling. Here's that green drone from Presnell. It's going to just soft fade left. Same spot as Matt.
It's a great play. It's really safe. It's not really chancing something turning over out of bounds.
And here's a disc that Tom throws that's also in Yuli's bag. This is a Z ringer, just a standard ringer, not a GT. He says it's the straightest disc he's ever thrown. Puts a bit too much hyzer on it. I think he was trying to go for that right gap. Is Eagle going to go tactic flick again? Okay, backhand.
I believe he's going to try and match Presnell's line.
Doesn't give it a chance.
This is such a tough approach coming up for Eagle right here. This is touchy shot.
Yeah, luckily he is fading away from the out of bounds. And it does sit down.
He has to let that thing go so early in his swing to put the touch on it.
Tom, as you can see with us panning out, is also not in the best spot.
Ooh, but he had a window.
Beautiful, beautiful approach. Oh, yeah.
Tom Brady. Tight spiral.
Yeah, Matt is one of the most hilarious players I've ever played a tournament round with.
Tight spirals.
And
He likes to say tight spiral because he curls up on that putter up high at his chest, and then he gives it the tight spiral, clean spin. You'll be playing with Matty O, and you'll throw a good shot into the pin and park it. He'll go Tiger Woods.
Yeah. The man is animated, that is for sure.
Did Presnell lay up that 30-footer?
He did, and I
Must not have been feeling it.
I
at all.
understand completely. On
Prez,
these
he's
holes,
so good from circle one, though.
he's also very good at setting a game plan and sticking to it.
If I need to get up and down in a pressure situation, I'm grabbing the AVR X3 every time. When you can connect the visualization of the shot that you're trying to throw with the feel of the disc in your hand, that's really when magic happens. I can trust throwing the disc as hard as I want or as soft as I want to do exactly what it's supposed to do. Like the AVR is the best putter of all time, the AVR X3 just might be the best approach disc of all time.
Ah, yes, here we are, the dreaded baseball field hole, 476 feet. The design of the hole is actually pretty incredible. You can go for this green with a power hyzer. There's OB long. The entire baseball field is out of bounds. But if the wind is not right, you can also throw a hyzer wide and play this hole as a par 4. But Matt looks like he's going directly for the pin here. And that kind of looks sawed off, but if it has enough distance, it might be all right. Oh, and it does not have enough distance, so close, and he has to go all the way back to a drop zone, which is a long way away from the basket, and that's the treachery here at this hole.
It's like 330 or something.
330, you
You're
can
throwing
barely
3.
see the pin.
Ooh,
Presnell playing safe. Yeah, this one is a par 3, averaged a 3.56. Tom going force. Oh, he's going safe hyzer. Does it have enough distance? It does.
Perfect shot.
Yeah, he's going to be able to jump putt that one under the basket.
476. Eagle has to take this PD2 pretty steep to not go long, Ruby.
The trajectory looks good for fading at the basket. Again, it needs the distance. And let's jump back to Eagle's hyzer form. You know exactly what line he's throwing. Look at the disc. Look at his body. You know exactly what he's doing right when he starts extending. And that's why he's so consistent with that shot, Nate. Such a beautiful thing to watch.
He's built his whole form around that angle as well.
Mm-hmm. He does a lot of just disc switching. He'll throw that angle for a lot of different shots, but just switch the disc up in his hand. From the drop zone.
It's pretty good. You can see that OB kind of pinches in around the green. Not an easy approach.
Presnell, no problem. Realizing that the 2 on this is not necessarily worth it. Tom's Ringer GT goes about 15 long. Should be an easy 3 for him as well. And this is for 4 here.
Oh, yes. Another tight spiral from Circle's edge.
And that right there is exactly why the hole averages a 3.56. So many players coming so close to being in bounds and then having to go all the way back to the drop zone where you have no chance of saving a 3. I didn't even realize he was that parked. That is a phenomenal drive. And as you saw, he threw that so steep, just like you called it.
Hole 6, 885. One of the holes that's gained the most number of strokes at Eureka. I mean, this used to be a stroke and distance hole, and this was the hole where people were taking 13s and 21s.
And you are not exaggerating either.
No, there was a 21.
They've eased up on the OB a little bit, and the goal here is to challenge that OB corner as much as you can. A lot of players playing this for par, but people like Eagle, if you put it close enough to the OB on the left side or the right side, you have a shot to get up and down for the birdie.
Yeah, the drive is really where you need to open up to put yourself in a position, but you need over 450 to consider going for the green.
Like a solid 450. And Tom throwing a big hyzer. I don't know if it's going to get right enough. Yeah, he's playing this one for a par. He's going to throw probably a similar hyzer to the middle of the fairway on the next shot. He just slings the disc out of his hand. It's just such a perfect mix of styles. You love watching him through the hyzer.
Going out over that corner of out of bounds, and Presnell is just playing this one for par. It's a great second.
Yep, another power hyzer. There is OB in the wood line left, though. That is something to consider, and he's stuck it in the middle of the fairway.
Great shot.
Fantastic shot.
Pretty aggressive layup right there. Matteo also just laying this one up.
It's just one of those holes where you could try to go for the pin and never come back in bounds, and you're pretty much wasting 2 shots. And is this going to sit down? Oh, and it does. He's inside circle 1.
It's a big shot right there. PD2, PD2. Really a hole that only, I don't know, what do you think, Brian? 10 to 20% of the field even goes for it?
I would definitely say that. It averaged a 4.6 on the day, which is pretty standard. It actually almost seems like a decent average for what it usually is. There are years where it averages over 5 at times.
When the wind picks up?
Oh, definitely, especially when you get that wind blowing in your face on the second. And there you go. That's how you play the hole if you want to get the birdie. That is a tough, tough 3 to get.
The first 6 really have the most variance out here at Eureka. The back 9 gets a little easier. These first 6, you can go either direction. A couple under is good. You'll see players shoot a couple over, though, even at the top level.
Textbook par from Presnell. Again, you see him, he doesn't look stressed right now. He's throwing exactly where he wants to throw. He's picking apart these holes that he knows he doesn't want to attack and doing exactly what you need to do, doing all the simple stuff correct. And that's how he's able to be so consistent at these events.
Focus. Get rid of any of those pressure thoughts and really center yourself, like where you're at and the shot you're throwing. Trying to just really let everything besides the basket bleed away.
Hole number 7, you have a brief break before getting back into the course. This is the shortest and easiest hole in the course, 275 feet. Anyone with a tactic or a zone type disc is going to be throwing a forehand here. Really not much else to say. Pretty straight shot.
Just barely kisses that disc. That one's the mutant. He's got a red tactic and a red mutant.
And that's just a little faster version of the tactic, essentially.
Yeah, a little bit more overstable as well.
Presnell going hyzer
Look
flip.
at this. Get in the bucket. Oh. Pretty.
And that's just
Pretty
a buzz. He's down-tempoing a buzz,
really?
275, yeah.
Oh, seemed like a putter flight.
Look, it almost looked like a base plastic buzz.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of players throwing base plastic buzzes. You kind of like them to stay in that perfect neutral, but as you can see,
Is this Buzz OS?
Tom loves the Buzz OS. He flicks it quite frequently.
You don't see that disc very often.
No, you really don't. A lot of players like to power up on the zone. Tom has just fallen in love with this mold. Dips it a little bit. No. And he's safe.
Is that road out of bounds for this hole?
The road is out of bounds, but it looks like he is on the edge of the grass. He's going to be able to take a meter from there. Oh, there's OB off to the left side. There is a creek over there, but he has not gone in.
Oh,
What a
count
shot
it.
from Matteo! Tiger Woods! What a shot.
What a catch, too. I mean, that doesn't catch without the touch that he has on that.
Look at this guy.
He's hard not to love. He's such an authentic character.
Here's Tom after getting a nice break here from about 45. Challenger OS does not fall. Oh. Little high. This is a bit of a tester for the 3. 25, 30. No problem. And now that 7's finished, Nate, it almost feels like we move into the next section of the course. We usually see him front 9, back 9, but I feel like hole 8 begins the next section.
I feel that.
Tom missing right unforced bogey there, and his lone birdie is going to be undone. Back to even par.
All of this is out of bounds right here. You have to cross this creek to be in bounds. And then from there, this approach is so challenging. Look at this green. You have OB left side with a cliff right there, and then there's a pond on the right. Very skinny landing zone on this par 4.
And this is a Ledgestone edition Big Z Force. These are actually very sought after. Some of the longest flying forces in existence.
And look at that, just drift to the right, even on hyzer.
Beautiful shot from Presnell. He's going to have probably a similar shot into the green. If he wants it, that is.
Yeah, this is another hole that a lot of the field just plays for par.
To get the safe birdie, you have to go max distance off the tee. You want to throw a hyzer flip that pans. But it's hard to want to do that when hitting this gap is the most important part of the hole.
Yeah, if you don't make it in bounds, you proceed directly to a drop zone.
What is he lining up here? Is he going high hyzer? No way. This is huge.
Did you hear that, young spectator? What the heck?
And you know,
Wow.
it's a lot of these people's first time spectating a disc golf event. So many people getting into the game from COVID, and seeing a shot like that is not common. Big Z Zeus from Tom. Look at this.
Oh, what a rope.
It's a way to come back after that last hole.
Decision to make, and Matteo has made his. He is laying up to the stump.
Oh, wow. Eagle. Dangerously close to out of bounds on that right side.
And he had the angle and the pace right. He just didn't get the height right, and it digs. Is it Buzz?
No, it's Ringer again.
Okay, he's laying up.
Still going to be able to get up and down again. You knew he wasn't going for the pin on that one.
Presnell is going for the pin. Look at this late drift.
It's got to sit down, though.
No.
It does.
That could have been close.
It's a long putt for birdie, but he has it.
Don't really see Eagle jump putt too much anymore.
It's almost like when he wants to cheat an approach shot. And this is a gettable run here from Matt. He's going to put a little float. Annie nose up. Nah. Not this time.
Yeah, that one's pretty scary. The cliff is only 15 feet left of the pin there.
What a birdie! That. Give us that Gatekeeper rewind.
He putts from so low.
Weirdly enough, the person whose putt Presnell's closest resembles is Ezra. Ezra Aderhold.
Yeah, he also putts from low to high.
They both kind of shove the disc. They kind of bring their elbow inwards, and it almost pushes the disc with their palm. Tom takes a simple par. Yeah, that is a really solid birdie. This was another hole that averaged pretty well over par, 4.37, moving into number 9. Ah, yes, the bridge hole. Tight gap off the tee, starting from out of bounds yet again. There's an island here. It opens up off to the left side. And if you were going to ask me what Presnell was throwing here, I could have easily told you. Here's the green drone. He wants it to sit down. And that's inside circle 1. Ooh, driver flex.
Yeah, FX2 for Matteo.
I like all the different plays on this hole.
His footwork. Oh,
Sit down.
No.
He is. Oh, no, he's out of bounds by 3 inches. And you do not get to take it where it went out. You're going straight to a drop zone.
Yeah, the drop zone's at the front of the bridge. A little bit easier than the tee shot, but still tricky. Tactic for eagle.
Wow.
Oh, just very conservative, playing way left.
And with his putt, that's totally fine spot to be. That looks low. Does it have enough? Yeah. Okay, it has plenty. Let's jump back to Tom's throw. Tom, when he was younger, was an incredible mid-range putter thrower, and that is carried over into his now throw that has a bit more power. Almost that KJ Nybo style, hold the back foot on the ground before you put all the spin in the world into the disc. Tom is a phenomenal mid-putter thrower.
I love that slow-mo right there.
Yeah. Hey, you love the front angle.
Yeah, that was really cool, and you nailed it. I was immediately trying to figure out who that reminded me of, and KJ is definitely one of those players that just stays so back in his weight.
Mm-hmm. Put so much spin into the disc.
Eagle, just high and in the heart.
One of the
and
most.
You said it. He's sorry, Brian.
No,
go ahead.
Well, I'm saying, look at this. One of the most satisfying things in these baskets is when you hit the putt so center that it gets caught in the third rung of chains.
Stays up there high.
But yeah, like you were saying.
Yeah, just so comfortable playing way left and leaving it up to his putt. Oh, and that's a 5. 3 inches out of bounds. Double bogey.
Ooh, you saw that right out of his hand, nose down. And CTP does not get capitalized into a birdie. And that's the first blemish we've seen, like big blemish on the card. That's a double from Matt.
Here we go with the CTP. Don't leave the little bro hanging.
Oh my gosh, how could I forget Tom's perfect drive? Finally his turn.
Eureka temp. What?
Not a bad spread right now. Our players are playing pretty well.
5 down for Eagle, 4 for Prez, even with that missed birdie putt there on 9. And Gatekeeper footage is just killing it for me right now. This is so enjoyable to start my day off with you, Brian.
And as you see, Cole Redland from the Northwest having a spectacular start to the event. We will catch you on the back 9. Make sure, again, to subscribe to Gatekeeper Media on YouTube. So many good bits of content coming out these days, including compilations of these form checks we've been giving you as well. So take a look at their YouTube channel. Again, we're catching you on the back 9. I'm Brian Earhart. He's Nate Perkins. We are signing off.